My beloved students, I am Dr. Abhijit Majumdar, working as a professor and director of Noida Institute of Engineering and Technology Pharmacy Institute, Greater Noida. Before you to discuss about one of the very attractive topic, which we are calling as publicity and online sales promotion. This is very important as far as the pharmaceutical sector is concerned, and need to have a very clear idea about what we mean by the term publicity and what are the various online sales promotion techniques which we commonly use for the healthcare sector. So, this lecture will be divided into two main areas. One, we will be dealing with the publicity and public relations, and the other one will be dealing with the second part. Now, this public relation or PR is a management functions which deals the term public. Public means audience. So, the management function which deals with the public issues, a very important component of public relations is what we are calling as publicity. Public relations, say the word publicity has come into picture. So, publicity deals with the news coverage of the events relating to the company's product or the services of the organizations. That is, publicity deals with the coverage. See, the publicity basically deals with the coverage of the various events or the product which are related to the company or product or company service. What is the purpose? It is a systematic act of building an image of a product or a service or an idea or a company amongst the target group or the mass in large or the stakeholders through a very well designed promotional technique on a regular basis. I am repeating this purpose of this public relation again. Mainly the purpose is, it is nothing but a very systematic act of building the image of a product. It may be the image of a service, it may be the image of an idea, or it may be the image of a company. You need to develop the image of your product, or it may be the image of the service, or it may be the image of any idea, or it may be the image of any company. Now, this image you need to develop either amongst the target group, or it may be a mass in large or the general public, or it may be a group of individuals whom you are calling as the stakeholders who are benefited from that concept. Anyone, either it may be a targeted group, or it may be a general group of people at large, or it may be a stakeholders. It should be a very well designed promotion on a regular, and it should be a very well designed or a well structured approach. It should be a very well designed, a well structured approach of promotion which is done on a regular basis. This is what we mean by the term public relation. What are the objectives? Why we do it? We do it for the purpose of promotion. Let us be very clear. Promotion of what? Promotion of the goodwill, promotion of the product, promotion of the service which we want to provide, or promotion of information. Either you promote a goodwill, or you promote a product or service, or you give information to the internal employees. Sometimes, this public relations, they are used to overcome the negative publicity also. Sometimes a bad image or a wrong information is percolating in the market about your product, which we want to overcome. That we do it by this public relations approach also. It helps in the process of lobbying. Also, it gives advice as well as counsel. Now, let us see what are the tools, what are the techniques which we use These are the various techniques of public relations, various techniques which we commonly use. One, it may be in the form of press release, it may be in the form of exclusive stories, it may be in the form of newsletters, it may be in the form of exclusive interviews, it may be in the form of press conferences, it may be in the various parts of sponsored events. So, these public relation can take place by any one of these 5 approaches. What are they? Number 1, press release, 2, exclusive stories, 3, the newsletters, 4, the interviews and press conferences, and lastly the sponsored event. These are the various medias, these are the various approaches, these are the various techniques which we commonly apply, which we commonly use, which we commonly implement whenever, or which we commonly take care of whenever we are using for public relations. Now, we are coming from the public relations to publicity. Publicity is nothing but a subset of public relation. It is a subset of public relation. So, publicity can be done either with the help of a print media or with the help of a broadcast media. Publicity can be done either through a print media or through a broadcast media. It is nothing but a non-personal, unpaid form of mass communication. Publicity, sales promotion and publicity, please remember these two terms are very confusing, very similar. Sales promotion also you are doing promoting your product, publicity you are doing a same promoting your product. But the difference between the two is, in publicity it is a non-personal unpaid form, whereas in sales promotion you are promoting advertising, it requires money. That was a paid form, publicity is the unpaid form. It is an unpaid form, non-personal in nature, used for communicating to the mass communication. So, I am repeating once again, publicity is a form of non-personal, unpaid form of mass communication. It is a technique or a process of attracting the public attention towards people, towards products, towards service, taking the help of various mass media which are available. Publicity is a technique or a process of attracting public attention to the people or the product, etc., or the service, either it is to the people or it is to the product or it is to the service, etc., with the help of various mass media. Now, the major goals are merchandising or orientation towards sales. The first purpose, the main purpose of publicity as far as our marketing approach is concerned. The main purpose of this publicity is to increase the sales, first of all. Second, entertainment oriented. These are events whose main objective is to generate a goodwill, to generate a good image amongst the mass. So, the first approach is to promote the sales. The second approach is, it is a way to generate goodwill, a good reputation, a good image amongst the mass. And third one is educational. Once merchandising, 2 entertaining, and 3 educational. What is educational orientation? Holding a program the proceeds of which is given for the developmental activity of the process. You are conducting a publicity process, you are conducting a publicity program where the objective is to overall development of the entire process. So, the other goals of publicity are to create a favorable image of the organization or the company or the product, to attract the attention of the customer, to arouse the interest of the buyers, to stimulate the involvement of the people who are directly or indirectly involved in the decision making process, to explain the program, to communicate the ideas, to provide opportunities of being creative, to target an audience, to sell a program, to bring people together, and finally, the publicity campaign. These are all the various goals of publicity which we commonly use. This is a table which shows the major differences between the two terms. As I have told you that publicity is a subset of public relationship. Let us study how they are differing from each other. Publicity is a short term, public relationship is a long term. Publicity, you are having a short term strategy, whereas in public relation the strategy basically is long term in nature. It is a long term program extending over a long period of time. Publicity may be positive or it may be negative. You are frequently coming across a term negative publicity. If we compare a public relation, it is always positive in nature. You will never heard across this term where negative public relation kabhi hota hi nahi hai. There is no terminology as such. Public relation is always positive. Publicity is not always under the control of the person about whom publicity is made. I am repeating once again. It is not always under the control of an individual about whom the publicity is made, but public relationship on the other hand, or public relation on the other hand, is always under the control of the firm or the agent about whom we are creating the public relation or we are framing the message. Publicity, it need not be paid by any organization, whereas in case of public relation it is always a paid form. In publicity, it creates impact by deeds, whereas in case of public relation it always creates impact by proclamation. In case of publicity, the impact is created by the deeds, whereas in public relation it creates impact by the process of proclamation. In case of publicity, it is controlled by the firm can control, whereas in case of public relation it uses the sponsored events to achieve the objective or the purpose. And finally, publicity controlled by the firm, it can control the amount of impact that an event makes, whereas in case of public relation a company is under the obligation to press to release the information. Next, we are moving on to the over the counter or the OTC drugs. The over the counter drug, this is particularly true for the students who will be joining in the pharmaceutical houses. The over the counter drugs, also known as OTC or non prescription drugs, they are defined as the drugs which are safe and effective to be used by a general public without the prescription of a doctor. that is those drugs, those formulations which are safe and effective to be used by general public without the use of a doctor's prescription, they are called over the counter drugs. The drugs which we commonly use for treating our common illness in our day-to-day routine life. Say for example, you are having fever. You are having fever. Now, whenever you are having fever, you are going to a retailers and asking for a strip of paracetamol. It is always not technically possible in the Indian context that you need to go to a doctor always. So, OTC medicine, they are basically also known as the non-prescription drug, that is, we do not require any prescription at all. It plays a very increasingly vital role in our healthcare system and are the most prevalent means of treating the majority of the common health problem in United States. Now, let us see what are the reasons for which a drug becomes an OTC drug. Now, a drug will be claimed as OTC drug if the dependency is low, if the potential abuse is low, if the availability for the larger population is early in a disease. If you require the drug in the very initial stage of a disease, the drug does not cause such an amount of toxic effect in your body, okay, the drug can be allowed in the form of OTC. The company's way of extending the life of their drug and the reduced price product. Next is the increased consumer, the RX drugs or the prescription drug cost has been reduced by 15%. The product which is a little bit of financial relief to the consumers. Increased consumers awareness, increased reliance on self medication as public awareness of the common ailment goes up. This was the main objective for making some drugs as OTC. But the problem is, in the today's context, what we do is the drugs which are non-OTC products also we are using or we are purchasing the drugs from the retail outlets, and antibiotics is one such drug where if you are using it without the active medical supervision of a physician, you are bound to land up in a problem. The problem is what we are calling as drug resistance. This is one of the major enigma which the entire nation is facing nowadays, where people are going to a shop, purchasing 1 or 2 or 3 strips of various antibiotics. The problem has become very crucial, particularly in the COVID period, and after that, moment the people feel little more better, they stop taking this medicine. This is promoting what we are calling as drug resistance. Next is what we are calling as online OTC medicines. As we know that in pharmaceutical sector, this online distribution of drug, that has been a major breakthrough for the last few years. Question is, why online? Why the customers, why the people, why the patients, they want to go for online purchasing of drugs and pharmaceuticals? The search engine has been found to be the most powerful media to reach the customers or the consumers or the patients, because you reach the customer at the right time. 90% of the online web session begin with a search. 81% of the users, they find the websites they are looking for through the various search engine. Now, let us see what are the various online approaches they use. 95% use the net to email, 73% of us we use internet to find a job, 62% use the net for time chatting, 51% use for social networking like Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp, and other activities are researching, gaming and reading news. Benefits of advertisement. Now, see, if this is the situation where our, I should use the term addiction to net, addiction to internet, if this is the situation where so much number of people are using the internet approach to gather information, so automatically the benefits of advertising online is quite natural. Real time return on investment matrix is very high, investment rationalization is very good, hardcore leads producing tangible money, own opportunity on social media portals, they are creating portals on the social media, consumer opinion leaders who will be your mouthpiece among the consumer, they are a very valuable assets. How to do online? Know your target audience, check whether they spend time to see that particular, see the people whom you are targeting, you should see whether they are using this online technique to serve, prepare a media plan, choose a web analytical tools to measure your online distribution of drugs, and then you implement and analyze the data gathered by web analytical tools. The question is, what are the advantages of online promotion? First of all, it is very simple, automatic, much more control, it is cost effective in nature, one-to-one approach is very easy, it is also easy for market penetration, it is also gives you a real time statistics for measuring the success of the promotional campaign which we use, it creates word to mouth publicity. Now, as because there are so many advantages of online promotion, you will see that in the current context we are using these online tools to promote our product. Let us see what are the various online promotional devices. The online promotional devices mainly includes the coupons, the refunds, the rebates, the premium, the loyalty program, the discounts, the free shipping, the flash sales, the free samples, the small bonus packs, contest, sweepstakes and pop-up hover advertisement. I will show you one by one this online coupons. Whenever you are surfing the net, you will come across these online coupons quite frequently. Next is the refund and the rebates. This is another advertisement, another way by which you can reach the customers who are located at the remote corner of the country, who are located at the remote corner of the globe. Next is the premiums. You see that this is a very they are highlighting that it is exclusively online, that is with 1.5 liters of Pepsi, with every online purchase over $30, they will be providing you for a certain period of time. Instagram is another approach where Pepsi has been successful. Next, we are coming to the loyalty program. The loyalty program includes the various gift cards which are given physically, various gift cards given across mail, they are giving the bulk gift codes and the sweep claim. Next, we are coming on to the discount, again which has been given in the online mode. Various discounts are given. You see just there are a price discount. This you will find in Amazon or Flipkart. They are nothing but the online approach. This is the free shipping. They are providing for a short period of time 2 days free shipping across Amazon. Immediately the people try to subscribe to Amazon Prime to avail this particular benefit. Free samples, another approach which is given by the online mode, which you can see across. Next is Incentivize Referrals. If you are referring to your friends or your relatives, and if they are utilizing, if your friends or relatives are utilizing this product or service, then they give you certain benefits. This is another approach for flash sales. They are providing a time bar. They are giving in online only and from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is the bonus pack, which is offered again by Snapdeal. These are the pop-up hover ads which we commonly comes across. Lastly, we are coming across the various contexts and the sweepstakes. Again, it is an online process where they have to upload it online. And with this, we are coming to the end of the today's class. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.